Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. This is just my end of the semester video. I just wanted to record this just to keep it real with y'all and just get all my feelings out like I do last semester. If you haven't seen those videos, please go check those out. It'll help you get to know me a lot better. I hope y'all like this new setup. I'm trying something new. I'm trying to just make my videos more professional because I feel like it's time for that. Like, it's way past due. But yeah, I just want y'all to understand where I'm coming from with a lot of things, and that is coming from a positive, genuine heart. So yeah, and I'm pretty sure y'all already know that. Like I said, this new setup, I didn't notice my background was wrinkly until I got like midway through the video. And so yeah, let me know what y'all like, what videos y'all want to see next, and make sure y'all enter my giveaway because it's still going on. You have to subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, and DM me on Instagram when you're done because you have the chance to win these two Kylie Jenner palettes, brand new, never used. Stay tuned, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace. Hey y'all, so I'm back with my end of the semester video, blah blah blah. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna say all of this in the intro. So since this is just my end of semester video, I like doing it more chit chat style because the last one I didn't do my makeup while I was doing it, so I didn't really like that. But since this is gonna be my end of the semester video, I'm just gonna do my makeup, and I have all the products, every single thing listed down below, so just click those if that's what y'all want to see. So yeah, let's get right into it. So as we all know, this semester was different because it was online during COVID-19. So it was kind of like a different kind of vibe, a different kind of feel. This is my first time ever taking any class online. Like, I didn't take classes online in high school, nor did I take classes online my freshman year. So this semester was kind of interesting for me. So this semester I took Anatomy and Physiology 2, microbiology with the lab, and the anatomy had a lab, psychological statistics, advanced composition, and I'm gonna just say intro to nursing class because that's really what it was. So my final grades finished off, I finished with 2 A's and 3 B's. So my GPA went from a 3.2 last semester to a 3.3 right now. I also recommend y'all to go back and watch my previous videos that I ended my semester with, just to see, like, my perspective, and basically, yeah, that's it, like my overall perspective of Tuskegee, so you can have like a full of me. Anyway, so last semester I told y'all that I think all my B's were 89s, and so basically that's the same thing that happened to me this semester. I'm so calm talking about it now because I tried to film this video before, and I went back and I looked at the footage, and I just feel like it didn't come from a genuine place in my heart, if that makes sense, without sounding corny or whatever. Because it was like, last time when I went to film it, I didn't like how I sounded real angry, just talking about situations. And I'm very vocal, and sometimes it can come off as anger, but most of the time I'm not coming from a angry place in my heart. It's very genuine. So I didn't like how, when I tried to already film this before, it seemed like I was angry. Hold on, I forgot one thing. I tried to bring everything up here. I changed my hair because I didn't like how it was looking. But like I was saying, so I had 2 A's and 3 B's. My A was in advanced composition in the intro to nursing class, and my B's were obviously microbiology, anatomy, and psychological statistics. So I also asked you guys to ask me questions on my Instagram like a few weeks ago, because we all know I'm late with recording everything. But I'm gonna also answer the questions that y'all had after I talk about the academics part. Like I was saying, the 89s, I just felt like one of the reasons I chose to go to Tuskegee was because it was such a small and intimate HBCU. I felt like I would get the family oriented experience from it. So that was one of the reasons I chose to go to the school. So for me to get 89s again, and I understand that everybody struggled and COVID like made such a big impact on people's lives. So I understand that, but it just felt like this semester was not personable. Like this semester was more so get the work done, more so like busy work. And that's one of the things that kind of really changed my perspective of Tuskegee in a negative aspect, because I just felt like my teachers didn't care. None of my questions were being answered. So I just felt like I was really frustrated when it came to the academic standpoint of school. Am I mad about my GPA? No. Do I wish it could be higher going into the nursing program? Absolutely, because you know, who will want their GPA to be as close to a 4.0 as possible? Do I feel like those are the grades I earned? Yes. I wasn't asking for anything to be given to me. It was just kind of hard, you know, not like having really just basically what I expected, you know. It was just like I just felt like they didn't care, you know. I'm trying to sugarcoat it and make it sound sweet, but in lamest terms, that's really it, you know. And I feel like I always have kept it real with y'all, and I kind of have to continue that. So like I said, I asked you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram. They on my laptop right here. I wrote them in my notes. So let me break down the months, just a few months that I was there. So January, y'all saw that I was in the pageant, the Miss Kappa Alpha Psi pageant. I placed on the court. So for the 2020-2021 school year, I'm the Miss Lighthouse. The pageant was so fun. It was definitely a learning experience, just because I had never done a pageant before, and that was really the highlight of my January and really the highlight of my semester. I did the pageant because I wanted to make friends. You know, I just wanted to put myself out there in a different light. I didn't intend on winning or, you know, even placing in the court. Like I said, I just wanted to do the pageant. And me and my pageant sisters, we actually were really close throughout the whole process. We still have a group chat and stuff now. So I'm really glad that I got to meet them, you know, got to get to know everybody. It was just like such a different experience, and it introduced me to a lot of different people. I also, you know, so after the pageant was over, you know, we got to go to the parties, and we really didn't get to do like all the seriousness of it, like, you know, having our own events or whatnot. So I really kind of hate that, but we always have next year. So I'm gonna answer the question. So the first question I got were the ups and downs of this semester. So and that's why I kind of wanted to answer the questions, because it kind of tied into February. So I just kind of removed myself from a lot of situations this semester, and that kind of removes me from a lot of friendships this semester. So that was really most of the downs of it. And then really, like I said, the ups were the pageant. Like that was a very fun experience. I recommend everybody, if you want to do something to step out of your comfort zone, like now is the time. You're like your freshman year and your sophomore year, if you're not really into your major yet, now is the time to kind of, you know, do the things you've always wanted to do. The difference between being a freshman and a sophomore. So at first, like if you would ask me this question at the beginning of sophomore year, I'd have been like, it's really not a major difference. Like, basically it's really not a major difference between being a freshman and a sophomore. But towards the end of the semester, you kind of realize, like, well, for me, since I'll be applying to the program, my life, my fun, you know, I'm about to get into my major. Like, life is about to start getting real. Like, you have 2 more years of college left. Like, basically, you start thinking about real life stuff. Versus freshman year, it's just like parties, I'm having fun, I'm new. Like, that's your excuse to everything that you're new to college. Now you kind of don't have the excuse. You know the ropes. You know how to change classes, how to change your major. You know things that the upperclassmen had to help you with last year. So that's basically like the major difference for me. Like, now real life is knocking on the door. So yeah, how I feel about this semester compared to last. Like I said, this semester was really not hard, but different because of COVID-19. So last semester I was kind of, you know, taking more of my science classes, getting, you know, into the groove of that, learning how to study better for those tests, how to prepare myself better for those classes. Versus this semester, it was getting acclimated to online class. Now again, would it have been different if we would have been in school? Probably. But yeah, like I was saying, COVID-19 really was the only thing that changed this semester, you know. because I really feel like it would have been the same because I was taking majority of the same classes. My study habits. So like I said, I really tried to on more of my study habits last semester because that was like my first anatomy, my first, you know, all of those type of classes. So really what I do is first you have to find, I like to study in groups because I like getting information from other people and learning from other people's study habits. But one thing I say, do not study with your friends. And that's one thing I had to learn like first semester, is because y'all get distracted easily and you really don't get nothing done. Now if you have friends and y'all are on it and y'all about the books, then boom, those are your, that's who you can study with. But for me, I learned that I couldn't study with my friends because it was like we got distracted so easily and we weren't really focusing on our work and what we needed to be focused on studying on. I pay attention more in the lecture and then go back home and go over the PowerPoint, go over the little notes that I did try to take, because I find myself just writing notes and not really paying attention to what the teacher is saying. And I kind of like to pay attention to what they're saying because they throw little, you know, tidbits in right then and there. And one thing that I picked up on with just being like, I'm a science major and everything is really the same across the board. YouTube videos helped me a lot. That was just something that I learned that I can pick up on well if I didn't pay attention in lecture and I didn't want to listen to the teacher that day, because you know sometimes that happens. So YouTube videos helped me a lot, and it's basically sometimes just their lecture and I just rewatch it, you know, and learn from their teacher or whatever they doing. It's just, I just make sure it's the same content. So study groups and really using different materials to get your information. Pros and cons of this semester. Basically, like I said, just being online, that was a pro and a con, because you know you're not really in your teacher face. Y'all know what that means. Like, I didn't pick online school for a reason. So I like being in my teacher's face, being able to go in their office, being able to talk to them. They see me in class, you know. That's just, I just feel like they care more when they can actually see you. How was online school? Plans for the fall. I told y'all basically about all the stuff about online school and plans for the fall. I plan to be in someone's nursing program. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'll do a more detailed video of it later, but Tuskegee is being Tuskegee and being an HBCU. So like I said, I'll just tell y'all more about that later. And not that I'm trying to keep it a secret, I just really don't know myself. So once I figure out what I'm doing in the fall for sure, and with more information, I'll definitely let y'all know. Favorite event at Tuskegee? Homecoming. Like, without a shadow of a doubt, homecoming is the best thing. Yeah, homecoming for sure. The biggest and hardest setback I faced this semester. So like I said, when I really recorded this video and I answered this question, it just seemed like I was coming from a place of just not genuine positive happy vibes, you know. And so the biggest setback for me this semester was not being online, not being COVID, because like no matter how I'm making it seem, it really was not that bad. Online school is not that bad. But the biggest setback for me was, I don't want to say I lost a lot of friends, but my main little couple friends that I did have, but I lost some friends this semester. And so y'all know, also throughout the semester I like write down things in my notes that I pick up on. And so this semester, let me say it word for word, I wrote down don't question my self-value. So that was the biggest setback for me this semester, is once I finally thought I had my set friend group, it really didn't work out like how I thought it would be. I had to remove myself from some equations for the betterment of myself, for my mental sake, you know, to save me emotionally, because being in a friend group that you don't really feel like you belong in is so draining. And in college, I found myself getting caught up in like not wanting to be by myself. And you know, I was not wanting to be by myself so much that I was in these situations that I knew for the longest I didn't want to be in, but I allowed myself to stay in it just because, you know, I didn't want to be by myself. So at the end of the day, when I found myself not being happy, I'm like, I have to shake this, and you're gonna have to be by yourself for a few times just so you can, you know, just so I could save my self back. Like, you know, like, I don't know, I just wasn't happy. And so, you know what I'm saying, that like I still have love for everybody and every situation. It was just that group wasn't for me. So that was kind of the hardest things kind of separating myself from people that I felt like were meant to be for me in the long run. And it was also, it took a lot of, and then one of the questions on here was, how did you feel living in the single? Living in the single makes you very self-aware of the good and the bad things about yourself. So I learned that sometimes I hold on to things too long, and then when it eventually comes out, it sounds like all these bottled up emotions, versus if I would just speak up for myself like right then and there, a lot of my problems would be solved. So basically that's what I'm saying, like about this the biggest setback for me, it was just, I knew that we didn't have a lot of things in common. I found myself always singling myself out. And don't get me wrong, we had some things in common, but it was just like I always felt like I was fighting to fit in, you know, and that's not, you know, that's not fun. So yeah, that was the biggest setback for me. I'll talk more about that if y'all want to hear about that, but basically just don't question your self-value. Like I find myself questioning myself all the time, and it's like, Tiff, you know who you are, you know what you like, you know what you don't like. Why are you putting up with this stuff? So things I've struggled with so far in college, that's the next question. You know, I feel like regular coming of age things, like not really finding, like, I feel like my friends, you know, besides friends, and just like wanting to be okay with taking that next step. Like how last semester I questioned, I'm like, is nursing really for me? Like if I wanted to change my major, being comfortable within myself and confident within myself for doing that. So I feel like college is finding your voice. Like high school, you find yourself, you find what you want to do, how you want to do it, who you want to kick it with, blah 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 blah. But college is finding the voice and the courage to do that. So I feel like if y'all feel like you stuck or you in a hard place, pray and go with your gut instinct and tell them go with what your gut is telling you to do. So like I said, with those friends, it was like I was holding on to it for so long and just choking, not like using my voice for so long, to where it was finally like, okay, like I can't, you know, I just couldn't do it anymore. And it's no like no beef or no issue, we all, you know, cool or cordial or whatever. It's just I had to do, you know, what was best for me. And on the road to that, I became closer with other people, and so that kind of, you know, it balanced itself out in a sense. Let's talk about more about the nursing school, I guess. So basically, with, like I said, I'll talk more in depth about it, but like I said, applying for the nursing school, I'm just give like tips and advice I wish I would have had at this like exact point in my life. Basically, like everybody says, try to keep your GPA as high as possible, just so you can always have options, versus whether it's nursing school, applying for scholarships, whatever. Just try to keep your GPA as high as possible. And also make sure you look at videos, or, you know, do as much research as you possibly can about nursing schools. Like let's say like how I go to Tuskegee and I might want to go to Auburn's nursing school. Look up ahead of time, when does their application close, what are they prereqs, what does it require. Basically, you know, keep your options open still, because no matter where you at, or I mean where you're going, nursing school is going to be competitive wherever you are. So it's just like, you know, keep your GPA up so you can always have options, so you just won't be stuck, you know. So that's my advice about, you know, nursing school. And really the only advice I want to give right now, because like I said, I don't want to seem repetitive, but like I said, I'll go more in depth about it later, at a later date. That advice was, you know, for the nursing program part, like was very vague, or, you know, sound like what everybody else say. It's just kind of, you know, the truth. Basically about living in a single, I loved it. It was absolutely the best decision I could have made for myself, because if not, I wouldn't, you know, took the chance and had the time to myself to think like and do more of the things that I wanted to do for myself, you know. And that kind of allowed me to have that peace, that sense of, to be able to, you know, do what I want to do. I had time to think, like, do I really want to do the pageant? Do I have time to do the pageant? You know, not more like talking to my friends, being in their room all the time, like, ooh, what y'all think about, you know, XYZ. I just had time to do with me and to think about me. Y'all know I always say I don't ever really want to do an advice video, but I feel like just now at that point where I can do an advice video. Like, I'm not a freshman anymore, you know. I feel like, you know, my advice will be good to give, so y'all can DM me whatever questions y'all want to ask me so I could do that, because it's a lot of things that I feel like go unsaid to try to save face. And oh, that's another thing. I feel like, and this is just me being completely honest and me saying exactly what I want to say. Somehow, and I'm not going to say somehow because I know exactly how, but along the road, Tuskegee became my brand. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, you associated me with Tuskegee. And I didn't like that, because I feel like I want to come on my YouTube channel and do what I want to do, make the videos that I want to make, and still have that same feedback in return. So I feel like that's why I didn't really vlog so much this semester, because it was just like, basically, yeah, YouTube was, Tuskegee was kind of taking over. And I never anticipated or never want to sell my name for the brand, because a lot of people be like, how do you get so many, like, how did I used to get so many views? Because I feel like they have, you know, they reflect about the decisions that I'm making. But it's just like, I never wanted that to just be solely me. You know, I want to be able to do what I want to do without feeling like I can't because of X, Y, Z. So yeah, so I kind of found myself kind of getting angry and not creating videos that'll be more beneficial to y'all, because I knew I didn't want that to become my brand. I knew I wanted to be able to throw a makeup video out here, a college vlog here, an advice video here, and it still all do collectively well as a whole. Yeah, like I was saying, Tuskegee became my brand. And I ain't like that, whatever. But it's probably gonna end up coming back around full circle once I get into nursing school, and I definitely want to do nursing videos. Because one, I just like I like doing YouTube, and I feel like a lot of people didn't realize that, because a lot of the freshmen coming in, knew I did YouTube since, you know, I was a sophomore. And don't get me wrong, I love y'all. I love when people come up to me, speak to me, DM me. I love it. But it's just like, I want to be normal, you know? Like, I don't want it to be seen as like a taboo type of thing. Yeah, I still plan on cheering. I want to cheer one more year, just because I was like, I think about it and I be like, no, you don't want to cheer. You don't want to cheer. And it's like, I didn't prepare myself last year for last year to be my last year of cheering. So it's kind of like, not I have to do it, but in my head I'm like, I have to do it because I didn't prepare myself for it. So since you didn't prepare me for it, this is me talking to myself, you got one more year to go, girl. I'm gonna do my lashes and my liner and I'll be back. So my lashes and liner are on. Yeah, so this semester and this year, which I feel like the rest of my life is gonna be, it's like learning experiences, learning more about yourself, being more self-aware of others, and just everything, you know, the whole, like, when you take everything into consideration, it's like, that's what I was doing a lot this year. Like I said, I don't really know, you know, this semester was definitely harder because of the COVID-19, because of how COVID affected everything. But it's still, I'm glad I got to come home, because if I would have had to go through all of this in school still, like, I wonder just how it would have played out, me remove myself from the situations and still having to be in school. Like, that would have probably been a lot more different and a lot more mentally draining. So I am grateful for the small things, but I feel like this semester taught me to choose myself. Like, I'm never genuinely choosing myself and my own happiness. I'm always picking other people's happiness over mine. So this semester was like my big girl moment, learning a lot of things and really just having the self-confidence in myself, like I said, to do those new things. So I finished my lip. I'm gonna do my edges and, you know, get my life together. I don't know if I like it. I'm gonna do my edges and do all that stuff so I can do my outro and my intro. So looking at it on camera, you can't really tell that I did anything. But I think I answered everybody's question. If I didn't, like I said, I feel like I am ready to do an advice video. So y'all can DM me questions, but like I said, I do answer most of the DMs I get. So all in all, this semester was a learning experience. It was something that I had to grow, and I had to know that change is uncomfortable. So I was very uncomfortable, very like, ugh, you know, ready for it to be over. But I learned a lot from it, and I gained a lot from it. So yeah, like I said, I never want to share a lot or share anything too specifically, because it is other people's business as well. So I hope y'all get the gist of where I'm coming from and take it in a genuine and positive aspect. Me just sharing my story with y'all. And like I said, I just want to make this, like, reiterate this, because I don't know if I've ever said this. I just make videos, just one, for the memories, because I love going back and watching my videos and looking at them, but two, to be, you know, a light or shine, or just be, like, I guess, a role model for somebody else. So, you know, if we're going through the same things, or you want to major in nursing, you want to go to HBC, you want to cheer or whatever, just something with people that I have in common, because I feel like oftentimes I could find something here, something there for somebody, but I never found everything that I was looking for in one YouTuber. So I did. That's another reason why I just do YouTube. Sorry if the quality interview changed. I had to put on my front camera because it keeps cutting off on me, and I don't know why. But so, like I was saying, let me know if y'all like my new setup, how y'all feel about it. You know, but yeah, I see y'all in my next video. I love y'all. Peace.